guys, happy Halloween. I thought I would do my 3D project today for Halloween instead of Friday, which would be too late, right? So this was my 3D swap for the glitter retreat a few weeks ago, and it holds a little moon pie. Isn't it cute? So I'm going to show you how I made it today, so let's go ahead and get started. We are using the Tricks and Treats stamp set, which is right here, the Trick or Treat stamp that I want to use. So I'm going to use that first because I'm going to do some die cutting. So let me get my black cardstock with my embossing buddy. Remember, your embossing buddy comes with the embossing toolkit, I believe it is. So we're going to rub our embossing buddy across the black cardstock. And then we're going to use our Versamark ink pad. And I already have my Trick or Treat out. So we're going to stamp this over top of that black cardstock, allowing enough space to be able to die cut that greeting out on both sides. And then we're going to use the white embossing powder. I'm just going to sprinkle this powder right over top of that Trick or Treat. Just like that. Looks great. All right, now let me grab my heat tool so I can heat set that, and then we'll die cut that out. Okay, here's my heat tool. Remember, there's two settings on this one from Stampin' Up. A hair dryer will not get hot enough to heat emboss. Now, there are some heat tools out there that look like a hair dryer, but it's not a hair dryer. These heat tools get really super hot, and they really recommend that you use a set of tweezers to hold your cardstock unless you got a big enough piece, because you could burn yourself. So I'm just going to warm this up for a couple seconds before I actually put this onto my Trick or Treat. Let me try to put this in the camera so you can see it change. So it's going to go from a powder to like an embossed white. You can see it churning right now. Can you see it? Isn't that awesome? I love it. You don't want to over emboss it either because you could burn it. Remember how I said this heat tool gets really super duper hot. So, all right, so now that is done. We're going to set that aside, and now we're going to make our little treat bag. So I have a piece of Them Bones designer paper. All right, so this piece is cut at 4 by 8, and I'm just going to use my Stampin' Trimmer to do some scoring. So along the 8-inch side on our piece of designer paper, we're going to score this at a 1/2 inch. Now remember, when you're making your treat bags, if you're using directional paper, make sure your bag is going in the right way. So this is going to be the bottom of my bag, and then this is going to be the top facing up. So I got my bats going in the right direction. So we're going to score it at a 1/2 inch, and then we're going to slide it down to 3, 4 1/4, and 6 3/4. That's right before the 7. Okay, then we're going to turn. Remember, this was the bottom, so we're going to turn on the 4-inch side, and we're going to score this at 1 inch on the bottom. And I'm going to use this right-hand side of my paper trimmer. We're going to score the bottom at 1 inch. And then that is going to be your treat bag. So cute. It actually holds a lot of candy, too. So you don't have to put a moon pie in there, but the moon pie fits perfectly in there. So I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to fold all my score lines because I want my bats to be showing out. So we're just going to burnish the edges where the score lines are. Okay. And then we're going to grab our scissors. I'm going to use my paper snips. And we're going to remove this little 1/2 inch score line right down here. There's like a little rectangle right there. We're going to remove that piece, and I'm going to angle cut the tab. So it's going to be angle cut right here, and then also at the top, just a little bit. And then we're just going to cut on that 1 inch, on all those score lines up to the 1 inch. So there's a score line, and then here's a score line, and then this is the last score line. So you're going to have your 2 tabs right here, okay? And then we're going to add our tear and tape. Now we're going to do some die cutting on this treat bag, so you don't want to put it together officially until after we die cut the handles. Okay, so we're going to put on our 1/2 inch score line, we're going to put a piece of tear and tape over here. And then we're going to put our tab, so this is the way the box is going to, or the bag is going to go together, right? So this is going to actually be the back of my box, because you're going to be able to see that seam a little tiny bit. So this is going to be the front, so we're going to put our tear and tape on this tab right here. So I'm just going to add a couple strips of the tear and tape along this tab. Just 2, that's good. Okay. All right, so then this is our treat bag. Now let's grab our die cut machine. Now I want to tell you beforehand, I did cut out the circles, which look like this with the black cardstock. And let me share with you what I used for the circles. The stylish shape dies is what I used for that, and it was the largest circle. Let me get that off the form here. All right, so it's the largest circle from the stylish shapes. Cut 2 of those out, and then once we get the die cut machine over here, we're going to use the second one, or actually the third one from the largest. So this is the largest, so then 2, 3 will be the inside part of our handle that we're going to die cut out. All right, so go ahead and cut out your 2 largest black circles, and then we're going to use the third from the largest going in for the handle. And then this is the die that we're going to use to cut out our trick or treat greeting right here. This is all that, and this die is in that collection. I love this die. There's so many cute shapes in this, but this is the one I use for that. So we're going to also die cut that out while we got our die cut machine over here. All right, let me go grab that. Room to get my other plate. Okay, so here's my die cut machine. Hopefully this is all showing up on the screen. So we're going to use our number 1 and then 2 number 3s, but I need to go get my number 2 plate. So just give me, oh no, it's right here. It's right here. I did bring it over. All right, so then number 1, number 2. This one is the one that we're going to use for the die cutting. So 1, 2, and then your 2 number 3s for the acrylic plates, okay? So I'm going to put my cut platform down first, because that's the one that's most messed up. All right, and then we're going to grab our circles. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to work on my platform here really quick, because I'm going to glue those circles down to my bag. So remember, this is the bottom of our bag. So this right here in this section right here, and this section right here is where we're going to put our handles. So we're going to put a little bit of adhesive on both of our circles. You don't want to put too much, because they are going to be handles. So we're just going to put, I don't know, about 1 inch or so, maybe not even that much of adhesive. And we're going to put our circle with the adhesive piece onto the designer paper right there. Hopefully there's none showing out this way. And then we're going to do the exact same thing on this circle. Just add a little bit of the Stampin' Seal. And we're going to put it on this section right here. Let me grab that. So this section right here is where we're going to put our other circle. My husband's remodeling our bathroom. That's what you're hearing. He's actually not remodeling the whole bathroom. He is putting up a barn door for my closet. Okay, so now our handle should look like this, which doesn't look like much. But then we're going to take that smaller circle and we're going to die cut out the center of our handle. Just kind of position that where it's in the center. And then you're going to grab your other plate, which mine's over here. Let me move my coffee before we have a disaster. All right, and then make sure your bag is in the center too. This is why we didn't want to put the bag together, because we're going to be die cutting. Okay, so we're going to cut out the circle. Okay. And this is going to create your little handle. Isn't that cute? Then we're going to cut the other one the exact same way. Put it right in the center. Now you're also cutting the designer paper, so you get that, you know, that gap there, which makes it give that illusion of like it's an attached handle, right? This is why you want to cut it after you attach the circle, so it cuts the designer paper as well. Hopefully that was centered. Cut that one out. Okay, so now we got our handles done. Aren't they cute? All right, so let's cut out the greeting, the trick or treat, and we're gonna cut it out with this shape right here. And it's gonna look like it's really super tight, but it does fit, okay? Look how tight that looks like it's gonna, it almost looks like it's not gonna fit, but it does. Okay, so let's run that through. See, look how cute that is. It fits perfect. It doesn't look like it though, I get it, but it does. Okay, now we're done die cutting. Now we get to put our little candy holder together. Let me get my take your pick tool. All right, so we're gonna peel off the backing of our adhesive. I'm gonna do it all at the same time. Okay, that's good. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and put the side together first. So this adhesive is gonna fold in, and then you're gonna fold this piece right over to that edge. It should line up really nice right there. And then that's gonna make your little treat bag. And then you're just gonna fold your tabs in. Let me see this. Yeah, this is the one with the adhesive on it over here. So we're going to fold this over, making sure the bag is straight. Here, let me make sure this is going on here. Yeah, that looks really good. All right, and then you can take your bone folder and just press that down so that adhesive seals up on the bottom. Okay, sorry about the noise, guys. Okay, so you can see, let me see. This is the seam back here. It's very, very, you can't even hardly see it, but that is the seam. So this is going to be the front of my little bag. And we're going to take our trick or treat, and we're going to add black dimensionals to the back of that. And then this is just going to go on the front of our bag. Right down here. Okay, let me put my moon pie in there so I can decorate it a little bit better with something in there. Isn't that adorable? All right, now a couple of other things. We're going to color some rhinestones, and I'm going to color the basic black and the vanilla gingham ribbon. I already colored a little bit, but I want to show you how I did that. So I'm using the pumpkin pie blends, the dark, and actually I think this is Cajun Craze. So I don't want to use that piece. I'm just gonna, I'll use it for something else. But I'm gonna color the pumpkin pie with the black. We also have the black and the white gingham, the ribbon. But this is the vanilla, and I have some. So that's what I used on the 3D swaps. So I'm coloring the ribbon with the side of my blend. And you definitely want to color both sides. And you want to color enough of it so you can tie a decent bow. Okay, so then you're just going to flip it over. Now it will bleed through, but what I notice is, like, see how the edge, it doesn't come through here. Let me zoom in a little bit. See how the edge didn't quite get the color picked up? Can you see that? This side is really good. I colored everything, right? And then when you flip it over, just go through it and make a pass with your blend on the sides or on the edges, just to make sure that that vanilla is covered. All right, and then I also took the rhinestones, and we can color the rhinestones as well. So I'm going to color 3 of the rhinestones with the pumpkin pie. I'm just going to leave that to dry, and then I'm going to add some more. So let me go ahead and tie my bow while those dry, and then I'll add another coat of the pumpkin pie to the rhinestone. Okay, so there's my bow. So cute. This ribbon ties so beautifully. Oh my gosh, I love it. All right, let me trim the tails here. So cute. Look at that cute little bow. All right, let me take my blend again and color the rhinestones, because I really want that to be orange, really to pop out on my tag. Let me zoom back out. Okay. So then we're going to take your pick tool. I'm going to put a couple of the rhinestones along the one side, and then another one over here. And then my bow is going to get attached with the glue dot. Let me grab that. Up at the top. I actually used 2 glue dots. Just going to put them together so that bow doesn't come off. And then what I did for my swaps is I put them in little bags, like treat bags, like a cellophane bag, I guess I should say. And then I sealed it up. So for those that were traveling, to my retreat, they could, their swap wouldn't get damaged or anything. So then we're going to take that bow and we're going to put that right on the glue dot. That's why you want to have something in your treat box or treat bag to press that onto for the glue dot with the bow. Isn't it cute? Let me show you the other one. So at the time of when I made the swaps, I had I ran out of Them Bones designer paper, so I made a couple different designs, but using the same paper, but I ran out of the bats, so then I used the bones. Isn't it cute? It looks kind of like a chevron from the side, but they're actually bones. Can you see that? So that was my 3D swap, and I think there was 13 of us that that signed up for the 3D swap. So that was my submission for the Glitter Retreat 3D swap. Okay, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Thanks for hanging out. Happy Halloween. Bye.